arrived, ready to be cardially yours for your enhanced protection.
Cardio self-defense is something like, it's a very new. We introduced this is to facilitate people who want to learn self-defense. Self-defense and do some workout, because before you learn self-defense, you must have some workout and you must be fit first. So in cardio self-defense, we train the aerobic parts until you are fit, then you are able to perform self-defense, because self-defense needs some skill training.
Everyone is at liberty to defend themselves and use physical means to do so. Not to do so would probably be foolish. If you think all martial arts are for the violently inclined, well, think again. Cardio self-defense is the latest innovation which combines aerobic training and anaerobic training, along with developing the basics of martial arts skills in the modern world. This newest self-defense technique takes on the name cardio, as it combines the cardiovascular benefits of dance aerobics with the skills and strengths so often found in martial art practices, especially that of karate and taekwondo.
The techniques are more on the punching, striking, at the vital area of, let's say, you are being attacked in the lift, in the railway station, everywhere.
Everyone has the tools that can be used to defend themselves, yet they don't know how to put them to effective use because the know-how techniques are not being trained. Attend a cardio self-defense class and immediately in the theory sessions, you'll be trained on acquiring and maintaining the correct mindset. Cardio workouts are good for you and are not merely sessions of steps. Participants attending the practical sessions will find themselves performing energetic punches, kicks, elbow strikes, as well as many other stimulating and rigorous moves. Every movement that is taught is based on the study of sports science and is generally safe for everyone. Those attending cardio self-defense sessions will be taught the significance of recognizing the musculature system, both front and back, as this is how we learn which muscle actually executes the different moves, for example, the punch or the kick. When you have recognized the musculature system, then you can understand which type of training is applicable. Knowing the vital points, both front and back, is also important. The vital points are the dangerous points, muscle points in fact, which cannot be developed.
The difference is because this is a casual class. The difference is like...
When you least expect it, that's probably the time that you will be faced with attacks that can come in any form and at any time. If you happen to be under the mercy of a knife attack, the most important thing to do is to avoid the situation, or at least try to appease your attacker. If that fails, try to recollect what you can of your lessons regarding the vital points of the body and go for those areas. Being confronted with any kind of weapon will inevitably destroy your mental concentration, so try to look at the attacker and not his weapon. Being attacked, whether from the front or the back, in whatever form, the most vital thing to consider is understanding your opponent. Understand his objectives, and you will be better prepared.
In a week, they only have to attend one. Because anyway, there's no such shortcut in learning any self-defense technique. Because talking about technique, it needs some skill learning. Skill learning means no limit.
If you don't like the rigidity of the other more established martial arts, why not give cardio self-defense a try? It is fast gaining popularity as an exercise sport in Malaysia. If you are interested in seeing a demonstration of the sport, check out Lake Titiwangsa, where many participants can be seen going through their moves. At another another location, Jalan Melaka, sessions are also conducted by the Tempur Association of Malaysia. You can learn how to do steps, punches, kicks and many more moves in a fun and invigorating environment. You will also be able to concentrate on toning specific parts of your body, for example, the stomach and the buttocks. The deal gets even better as you are taught to develop some self-defense skills, which will come in very useful, especially with the aggressive environment we live in today. What is appealing about cardio self-defense is the fact that it is devoid of structured rigidity. The first sign of this is the casual gear that you can wear during the program. You will note that when you attend the program, the basic warm-up moves that you will be paced through will not be aerobically inclined. The emphasis is more on power training, or to be more specific, on punching, elbow strikes, knee strikes, as well as the various moves which can be learned for the kicking sessions. Attacks will often take you by surprise. You will probably be walking along the road, minding your own business, when suddenly somebody comes from behind you. His intentions definitely not friendly. What do? The first thing to remember is to change the center of gravity. Changing the center of gravity is primarily concerned with putting your attacker off balance. Your footwork would comprise stepping forward with your heel, recovering with the ball of your foot, and finally taking a step back. All this will help to increase distance between you and your attacker before your next move. Always remember the vital points of the body. In this case, just try an extremely, well, private area.
Release yourself from your opponent. That is why.
Even while you're struggling, the moves applicable when you are attacked from the back still count. The main thing is to catch your attacker off guard.
Dia dah tolak, dia dah tak balance. Bergantung pada berencana kita. Yup. Dekat ni eksperimen jadi. Tengok peringkat usia, tengok dah.
Besides, I have a healthy body. You can share your knowledge on self-defense because some of the participants here also they learn such as taekwondo or so on. So apart from we are learning from the instructor, probably we can share our ideas. So it's a good way of communication between us and the instructor.
I encourage the public to join this kind of activities apart from fill up our weekend, especially now we have an extra weekend throughout the month and throughout the years.
How fit are you? That's very important to ascertain. It's very important to undergo a fitness test. With an improved fitness level, a person will be able to execute the self-defense techniques well. One way of building up better stamina is through the daily jog, something not everybody does despite it being so accessible. Jogging every day will help to increase even the lowest of staying power. Knowing the correct way to inhale as well as to exhale is also an important exercise. When you execute your attack, you need to exhale. Fitness tests are also carried out to monitor the training progress of each individual, so that a better understanding is created amongst students and their instructors. Doing sit-ups as part of the floor exercises will also help to raise the level of your stamina.
Okay, one more set. Ready?
For those afraid of collapsing whilst doing push-ups, worry not, as everyone has a chance to do things at their own pace, to build up their stamina in their own time.
Pandai depan yang pandai bawah.
Level, there's no level in here.
The cardio self-defense program has been systematically and scientifically devised in order to accommodate people of all ages and body structure. As well as allowing you to maintain a youthful shape, the program also helps to instill a sense of confidence within yourself, which in turn will help you to face any eventualities with a sense of calmness and rationalism. As with many sports or activities that you take part in, the first thing to ensure that you do is, of course, to warm up. This is important in order to allow for your blood to flow around the body, which in turn will help to ensure that injuries through overstretching are avoided. The cardio self-defense program starts with a general warming up, which begins from the top, that is, the head, to the abdominal level, right down to your toes. Everything is catered for. A combination of movements as well as specific region workout that comprises toning the muscles of the stomach, the legs, etc. are also part of the general warming up. Push-ups, aerobics as well as anaerobics done to the background of music will wrap up the first part of the program. The lessons take 1 hour and classes advance as participants improve on the quality of their performance during the training. When participants are generally loosened up through the initial warming up session, they will move on to the more specific warming up moves which focus on basic footwork.
Down once again, right leg up.
Leg stretches will be the first order of the day, as your legs will be used a lot as the session progresses. The practical session also allows the students to learn a number of punching techniques in the guarding block position. These techniques will come in handy during your defense against unarmed attacks.
Alright. Okay, one more punch. Double punch. First get to the
You will also learn the basic kicking style in the guarding block position, which comprises the front kick and the turning kick. You must make sure that when you attack, you execute your attack to multi-directional vital points. Multi-directional vital points comprise the high, low, as well as the mid-section, with emphasis on the lower or higher center of gravity. Try to incorporate all types of punches, elbow strikes, kicks, knee strikes, and so on. The lessons take 1 hour and classes advance as participants improve on the quality of their performance during the training. When participants are generally loosened up through the initial warming up session, they will move on to the more specific warming up moves which focus on basic footwork.
Down once again, right leg up.
Leg stretches will be the first order of the day, as your legs will be used a lot as the session progresses. The practical session also allows the students to learn a number of punching techniques in the guarding block position. These techniques will come in handy during your defense against unarmed attacks.
Alright. Okay, one more punch. Double punch. First get to the face.
You will also learn the basic kicking style in the guarding block position, which comprises the front kick and the turning kick. You must make sure that when you attack, you execute your attack to multi-directional vital points. Multi-directional vital points comprise the high, low, as well as the mid-section, with emphasis on the lower or higher center of gravity. Try to incorporate all types of punches, elbow strikes, kicks, knee strikes, and so on. When you least expect it, that's probably the time that you will be faced with attacks that can come in any form and at any time. If you happen to be under the mercy of a knife attack, the most important thing to do is to avoid the situation, or at least try to appease your attacker. If that fails, try to recollect what you can of your lessons regarding the vital points of the body and go for those areas. Being confronted with any kind of weapon will inevitably destroy your mental concentration, so try to look at the attacker and not his weapon. Attacked, whether from the front or the back, in whatever form, the most vital thing to consider is understanding your opponent. Understand his objectives, and you will be better prepared.
In a week, they only have to attend once. Because anyway, there's no such shortcut in learning any self-defense technique. Because talking about techniques, it needs some skill learning. Skill learning means no limit.
Many other activities are put together, apart from the more conventional, in order to monitor the fitness level of students. Basic tests are conducted before you join the program. It is imperative that you are fit, because, as a rule, only the fit can execute the moves properly. Exercises like sprinting, running around obstacles are somewhat standard exercises that you will undergo as part of the fitness testing sessions. The fitness test is divided into 4 sections. You will be tested on the aerobic level, the anaerobic level, the plyometric quality, and finally, on your self-defense capabilities. Through these tests, the instructors will be able to check on the potential of each student. Sometimes, when a student fails to meet the minimum level of fitness required for efficient cardio self-defense, the instructor will devise a new set of specific exercises that are tailored to the needs of the student. Hopefully, through these new exercises, the student will be able to reach the minimum level required. As much as self-defense requires you to be able to execute punches well, a lot of time is also spent on teaching the student the correct and appropriate way to punch. Striking with the hand not only involves punching, but also using what is known as the back fist, the long fist, the knife hand, the spear finger, as well as the palm. Of course, kicks too come in various positions, depending on whether you are stationary, sliding, or jumping.
And they cannot defend themselves. We have a way how to teach that. Because let's say for people with heart problem, all those things. There are certain levels, certain limit that we control.
A woman will always be easy prey. Thus, women must be more alert. Remember, understand first your attacker's motive. Even when you're taken by surprise from behind, remember always to try and change the center of gravity, helping to create distance. In self-defense, you must rely on instinct and do your best to protect yourself. If you're caught, always try to be in control and execute your moves, taking into account the situation and what's at your disposal. There is usually no need to react unless your attacker has stepped into your intimate zone. This is considered as the area from body contact to about 18 inches out. If you can, make use of whatever object nearby as a possible weapon. Sometimes luck is definitely not on your side. If you happen to find yourself the victim of a multiple attack or being attacked by more than one attacker, do not panic. Try to ascertain your location. Is it within public hearing distance? Or is it in a deserted area? Secondly, it is vital to try to deal with your attackers on a one-to-one basis. It is very important to understand the initial situation of danger, as well as the body language of your attackers.
Our main objective is so that Malaysians are healthy with the aerobic workout and they are well equipped with the self-defense knowledge. That's our main intention.
Although some people have a curiosity about the martial arts, many are not willing to go through the rigid formalities that usually accompany such training. If you are one of these people, you might want to take a look at cardio self-defense, a new style of self-defense where the program is more relaxed, and the fact that it is set to music gives it a more fun feel. Not only is it enjoyable, you will also be able to get the same benefits that you would in any other martial arts discipline. The advocates of cardio self-defense are convinced of its benefits. However, you must be committed to the program, training hard, in order to reap the full rewards. Although still in its infancy in Malaysia, it is hoped that this latest self-defense innovation will take off and become as popular as the more established taekwondo, karate, or the many other martial art disciplines.